ever since her debut. I do believe that Chungha has been getting better with every single release, and I have to say that Flourishing is probably her best album to date. So let's talk about what makes it awesome. What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. Welcome back to another one of my videos. This time we're going to be doing a little bit of an album review, hopefully shorts discussion on the brand new album from Chungha titled Flourishing. And to be completely honest with you guys, just to get it right out of the way, I haven't really been particularly interested in listening to any of her albums up until this release, up until listening to Snapping. Most of the other songs, awesome songs, great songs, they just didn't really motivate me necessarily to listen to the rest of the album or whatever that they came from. This is the first release that I actually was sort of like driven or had that sort of interest generated within me just by listening to this song. All of the other times I've listened to her albums have been just because I've forced myself to, more or less, because that's kind of been the thing, to keep up with the music, to review it, to talk about it, to all that sort of stuff. Like, you got to listen to it. And so that has been sort of the main motivation for me to actually dig into her albums. But like I said, that wasn't the case with this one. And I am really, really glad, to be completely honest, obviously, that I actually listened to this, because it is packed with killer songs. And before we talk about the title song for this, I really want to talk about my favorite song off this album, which I do believe, I'm actually shocked. I was surprised that it isn't actually a promo song, and that Snapping wasn't just like a music video that got released after the fact for another round of promotions and stuff like that. Because when I listened to this song, I put the album, played the album from start to finish, in the order that the tracks are listed, and Chica is the first song on the album. And I listened to that song and I was absolutely blown away, because that song 100% has the vibe and the energy and the uplifting feel that I kind of would expect that you would hear in a promo song, a song that goes with the music video to promote the album. But they chose Snapping instead, which Chica and Snapping are two completely different songs. They've got different vibes to them, they've got different feels, they've got different looks, I imagine, if one of them had a music video. But I was surprised that Chica doesn't have a music video, because of course I've been away from K-pop for a while. This song was released this album was released like 2-3 weeks ago, I think, at this point, if not longer than that. And I kind of figured like I'd probably missed something, because I just had been completely checked out of K-pop for a good 3 or 4 months or something like that at this point. And looked it up. There's no music video as far as I know. Of course, there's probably been live stage performances. I didn't specifically look for that or really even go into super depth with my searching. But it's such an amazing song. It is so good, and I'm honestly kind of expecting that they're gonna release a music video for this song sometime soon. I hope they do, because it definitely is a song that deserves a little bit more, hype and fanfare and promotion that a music video release will get in K-pop, because it's an absolutely amazing song. So musically, it's an amazing song, obviously. And then the second thing which makes it great is just the fact that it's sort of a super empowering and uplifting song. Of course, I think the song itself, it has, what it definitely does, because, looking at the lyrics a little bit, it definitely does have a sort of, female empowerment message behind it too, which is awesome. It's, whoever it is, everyone needs to, likes hearing that they're, awesome, that they're, special, and all of that kind of stuff, whether they're male or female and all that stuff. Most people don't hear that enough, to be completely honest. And, having a song in K-pop or just any other sort of genre, to be honest, that has that sort of message with it is cool. It's awesome. And then to deliver that message in a way, in a package, in a song that is as, powerful and uplifting as this specific song is, as Chica is really, really awesome. And you compare that, or you contrast that with Snapping, which, when I first listened to the song, I was watching the music video for it, and I was kind of like not really too like into it. And to be honest, as much as I say that, or as I have said over the years that I've been on YouTube talking about K-pop, that the music video doesn't really, play a role, doesn't really factor into, my enjoyment of K-pop or music, maybe that's, maybe that's not as true as I think, because once I sort of stopped listening to this song out of the music video and I got into it a little bit more, like I really started to like this song. Like it's a really, really, really good song, but obviously maybe it's just a song that doesn't have sort of like an immediate impact, like the immediate impact that say like Chica does at the beginning of this album. And that's fine. It doesn't need, these songs don't need to be, songs that are immediate hits. Although it is kind of weird that a song that isn't an immediate hit isn't necessarily the one that they would go with to promote this album. But regardless, it's a great song. The visual with the music video is definitely something that a lot of people are going to be very, very into. And just in general, I think this song is probably one more that it will resonate more immediately with current fans, and then they'll start to promote it and tell everyone that it's amazing and that they should listen to it, and like, oh my god, Chungha killing it again, queen slay, like people do. And all of those are absolutely, I think, perfectly acceptable and adequate and fitting, determination or descriptions and accolades and whatever other stuff that you want to call it for people to give the song, because it's good. It is a little, I don't even know. It has a little bit, I don't want to say it's got a little bit of a sexy vibe to it, because I don't know necessarily if it does, but it's got a little bit one of those, it's got a vibe where the attitude and the feel or whatever sort of, thing that they're trying to put through the song is a little bit, heavier and definitely a little bit more restrained, I guess, if that makes any sort of sense. It's not a song that's really like in your face in a, positive and bright way, but it has a little bit more of a darker, heavier kind of feel to it, which I like that. That's definitely something, one of the things or the trends, I should say, with her music that she's gone with the last couple of releases, where the music's been a little bit, darker and heavier as compared to her, debut sort of music. The first couple albums, Roller Coaster, and I don't remember what the name of the song is. I followed that one, to be honest. That's my bad. But the first half of her discography up to this point are super bright poppy songs as far as the promo tracks, and then the last couple releases have been a little bit, darker and heavier and stuff like that. And I like it. I honestly like this vibe for her music a lot more than her previous, first couple releases, just because I think that they kind of fit, or the vocal style and stuff like that, for me personally, fits her voice and her abilities a lot better. And I'm not like a vocal coach. I don't know a damn thing about music other than I like listening to it. And her voice is really, really good. I love listening to her sing, but there are just some moments when she starts hitting higher, reaches or higher notes or whatever it is that she's doing, where her voice kind of gets a little bit annoying and grating. Now, that's not really a bad thing. It just is what it is. You hear a lot of that, and that whole sort of tone out of her voice that doesn't like, that kind of gets on my nerves after a little while. You hear it a lot more in her, the first half of her career so far versus the latter, the more recent songs. And that's something I kind of like, the fact that that most of the song is something that I actually really enjoy, is always a good thing. So Snapping is a really good song, a little bit darker, a little bit heavier. The vocals on it are something that I don't find as annoying as previous releases, which is good. And that's that. So those are the two songs that stood out to me at the beginning of, almost immediately, I guess you could say. But that would be, to kind of ignore the fact that the rest of the songs are also really good, would be, well, a crime. I'm not necessarily going to go and talk about them in depth because this video is already gone for like about 10 minutes or so. But seriously, every single song on this album is fantastic and is really, really good in their own way. Chica, the most positive, uplifting, bright-sounding song on the entire album, in my opinion. And Snapping kind of finds itself right in the middle between being bright and uplifting and positive like Chica is, and being something that's super, super dark and, like, I don't want to say negative because that's not really an appropriate descriptor, but, dark and heavy. Maybe Flourishing is that song that's sort of like at the bottom end of that scale between Chica at the top and Flourishing at the bottom, and Snapping is somewhere in the middle. And then Young in Love and Call It Love are also equally amazing songs as well. Just all in all, from start to finish, the 5 songs on this album are absolutely super, super solid. Probably honest to God, I would say my favorite songs that she's released, that she's, done or released so far in her career. And that is awesome. And that just comes down to where I'm going to close this out with and say that the title of this album, which is Flourishing, is an absolutely appropriate adjective to describe Chungha's career so far. It is like, this album right now is proof that, she's been putting in the work. She's been, just making killer music and getting better, as everybody does in K-pop. And she's been flourishing. And it's really, really awesome to see that, this is, at this point, the result of all of her efforts so far. It's fantastic. Cannot wait for what she's going to do next, because if this is what she's released now, next album, I would expect it's going to be equally as good. Time will tell. We'll see when it gets released. But Flourishing is absolutely, right now, in my opinion, the very, very best album that she has ever released. And I'm very, very excited and cannot wait to hear what else she's got for us in the future. So that's what I got for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, of course. Let me know what you guys think about this album down below. Share your favorite song if you have one. If you don't, then why you don't have a favorite song, because that seems, I was going to say it's kind of weird, but maybe that isn't. But just in general, share your thoughts and all that stuff. Of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my videos. And that's going to be it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys coming up in another video sometime soon. So until then, I'm completely like, what is my outro anymore? I don't even know. But that's it, guys. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time.